What's up, family? Welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, make yourself at home because we talk real about sports, culture, and everything in between. So today we're going to break down something I think a lot of people feel, but maybe haven't fully processed yet. Caitlin Clark might be the most popular athlete in women's sports, and she's not even a vet. Not just because she's nice on the court, but because of what's happening around her, the reaction, the energy, the ripple effect. And I'm not here to gas her up without reason. We're going to unpack this in a smart, real way. And I want y'all in the comments with me. Don't just watch, be part of the conversation. And I was sitting here thinking, right, because this would really spark the whole discussion that I want to have with you guys, right? And as you guys see the clip, I'm letting it rock out. You guys watch it while we having a conversation. So Caitlin Clark plays a game, business as usual, drops buckets, spread the floor, leads like a pro. But after the game, opposing players, people she just competed against, line up and ask her to sign their jerseys. But let that sink in for a minute. She's not signing merch she gave them. She's autographing the actual jerseys they wore during the game. Yo, that doesn't happen. Not in the WNBA, as far as I know. And if you and not in pro sports, period. I don't even think it happens in the NBA. You don't see LeBron or KD getting asked by their opponents to sign jerseys of their own jerseys. I can see if LeBron, just like Kobe did, my favorite player, rest in peace. He took off his jersey and gave it to his opponent, like, oh man, I want a souvenir. Can I have your jersey and can you sign it for me? But to sign the jersey of the player that they just played against, to sign the own jersey of the player that they played against, and it's not their jersey, they're handing down as merch. That's a different breed right there, baby. You don't see, like I said, you don't see LeBron or KD asked by their opponents to sign their jerseys after they got handled a L. That's different. That's not normal. That's respect mixed with awe at the same time, just in shock. Now, I know some folks might say it's just a moment. It doesn't mean all that. But you have to look at the pattern. This isn't the first time Caitlin's energy has taken over the room. Look back at college. She was selling out arenas on the road. People coming in just to see her play, even if they wanted her team to lose. She had grown men courtside holding up signs like she was in the NBA already. That kind of star power doesn't just happen on an everyday basis, especially in women's sports, where media coverage and visibility has always been an uphill battle. But let's bring in some comparisons, right? Tiger Woods didn't just play golf well. He brought new eyes to the game. People who didn't care about golf were suddenly glued to their screens. Serena Williams didn't just dominate tennis. She was inspired a whole generation of girls who never thought that sport was for them. Michael Jordan didn't just win rings. He globalized basketball. You had kids in France, China, Brazil rocking Jordans before they even knew the rules of the game. And that's what I'm starting to see with Caitlin Clark. She's not just a great player, she's becoming a movement. And you want to know how I know she's on another level? The feed, if you go on, my feed is full of little girls trying to shoot from the logo. If you ever look, of her fan base and individuals in her fan group. Look, my barber, who doesn't even watch women basketball, asked me, yo, that white girl who be shooting from half court, she cold. That's reach. That's impact. And here's another point. Y'all let me know if you feel this. Caitlin Clark has a cross demographic pool. Black, white, young, old, casual, hardcore, orange, purple. I don't care what color you are. I don't even care. Look, the point I'm saying is she cutting through all of that. She got fans who have never watched a women's game, including myself, in their life now tuning in, sharing clips, and showing love. I love that. Not just for her, but for the culture. This is what sports is about. It's not about race. It's not about agendas being pushed on individuals. It's about the pure love of the game, baby. Entertainment, because it is still entertainment. But unity at the same time, which is why I love it. And I love her aura and what she brings to the game. And let's talk about her demeanor now that I'm getting to that, because this matters. Caitlin could be cocky. She could be walking around like the queen of the league already, but she's not. She stays calm, humble, focused. She's not jumping on podcasts, dissing folks. She's not calling herself the GOAT. She's just showing up, working, and letting her game talk for what it is. That's quiet confidence. That quiet confidence, that's what draws people in even more. And I already know what's going to come into the comments. What about Angel Reese? I'm going to keep it real. Angel is a star in her own right. She built a brand. She's connected to pop culture. She's confident. She's polarizing. She matters and she brings value to the league too. But popularity, mass recognition, global attention, Caitlin Clark is operating on a different frequency. And it's hard for, I feel like Angel Reese sort of, well, did shoot herself in the foot because she says she don't want to be sexualized, but look how she conduct herself in her demeanor, right? Let's have a conversation. So Caitlin Clark, she's the one getting mobbed at away games. She's the one sparking headlines across sport networks and non-sport spaces. People who don't follow basketball know her name. Angel Reese is famous. Caitlin Clark is mainstream. There's a difference, right? So let's not forget, Caitlin Clark didn't even make the Team USA roster, and yet she's the reason people are talking about Team USA. Ain't nobody worrying about dinosaur Diana Taurasi, and I have all respect to Diana Taurasi, but she's from yesteryear. We talking about today in 2025, baby. So that press conference where barely anyone showed up, if Caitlyn had been there with the Team USA, that room would have been standing room only. That's not shade. That's just facts. And she brings media, she brings eyeballs. And if you're trying to grow a league, that matters. You need stars, not just players, but stars. And here's the part I want y'all to really think about. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark being good. This is about what she's doing for the whole league. The attention she brings helps every player get more shine. It boosts ratings. It gets little girls into gyms. It creates sponsors. It grows the pie. She's not taking attention away, she's bringing attention in. And when you get that kind of star, you don't clip their wings, you lean in and build around it. Now, and I want to hear from y'all, right? For real. Not just quick takes. I want y'all to think this through and let me know. Do you think Caitlin Clark is already the most popular figure in women's sports? What does her rise mean for the WNBA long term? And does the league need more star driven storytelling like this? Or are we giving too much attention to one player too soon? Talk to me in the comments, right? Let's keep this discussion smart, respectful, and real. Okay. And what I also want to say, right? I want y'all to sit with this because, like I said, it's not just about Caitlin Clark being a great player. It's about what she's doing for the entire ecosystem of women's basketball. And I want you guys to check the numbers. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. The Indiana Fever sold out season tickets for the first time in franchise history. The same team that obviously just drafted Caitlin. The WNBA draft in 2024 hit 2.45 million viewers on ESPN. That's the most watched WNBA event ever. That's not a coincidence. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Her final college game, Iowa versus South Carolina NCAA Final Four, pulled 18.7 million viewers. That's more than any NBA game that season outside of the finals in the NBA. That's wild. Since joining the league, Fever road games are already selling out in advance. Teams are moving games to bigger arenas just to accommodate the demand. So let that sink in. One player is literally moving tickets, spiking TV numbers, and drawing in casual fans who previously didn't watch a single WNBA game like myself. And here's what people don't realize. When one player brings that kind of attention, everybody eats. More viewers means more ad dollars. More coverage means more sponsorship. More hype means more kids watching because they're the next generation wanting to be the next great. And that lifts up the league from a business perspective. It lifts up everyone playing in it. So this ain't about playing favorites. It's about momentum. Caitlin Clark is creating real, measurable impact. And if you're building a brand, building a league, building a future, you ride that wave. That's all I'm trying to say, family. And if you're feeling this content, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and tap in for more breakdowns like this. We don't just chase trends over here. We build real conversation. We watch the game and respect the details. I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay focused, stay grounded, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, family.